Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Radius Rides, and I have a special Volkswagen behind me. Now, you might be looking at this and saying, what's the big deal? It's a Golf. I see those. They're a dime a dozen every single day. This is a very special Golf. This is a Golf R. So as soon as you hear me say R in the year 2018, that should automatically set off a light bulb, 2 liter, almost 300 horsepower, all-wheel drive. Now, what's awesome about this 2018 is that they did some light restyling to it. One thing that I've always liked about the Golf is sort of like the Porsche 911 in a way, is that it's been more of an evolution rather than a revolution in styling. And over time, you do these light tweaks, but then when you see one going down the road, you automatically know that it's a Golf. And I guess that's a double-edged sword. Some people, when they spend the money to have a special car, they want to stand out. But what's cool about this is that it's not about standing out and being that sore thumb. It's about showing people, hey, you know about performance, you know about styling, but you're not going too outlandish. And if you want a car that's a sleeper, this is definitely one of those. Let's check out the front with the restyling. One thing I really, really love about the Golf R is I really love what they've done with the headlights. Very, very clean, very, very sleek, and it really gives it that 21st century look. I've always been a big fan. I love the logos on cars. I think the Golf R logo, it's perfect for it because it's subtle enough to where it just isn't sticking out, but yet if you know what you're looking for, you see it there and you know that that means performance. For 2018, they did a whole restyling down here in this lower corner area. This whole front end has been refreshened up now. So this isn't a total redesign, but a light refresh, I guess you could call it, sort of like what they did with the Subaru WRX and the STI for 2018. But you can see very, very clean look, very simplistic look. You're not going to see large flared fenders. I do love this color. I am a big fan of blue. This has got to be one of the prettiest blues I've ever seen that Volkswagen is using. Let's go ahead and take a look at the side. I'll show you some of the other differences. Now, we have this flagpole here, which is sort of in the way, but here's the new style wheel. Now, some people love it, some people hate it. I'll be honest, when I first saw it on the internet, I was like, that wheel's ugly. Now that I'm sitting here, I actually like it. It's got a nice brushed aluminum finish. It's got the black accent on the inside, so it really separates that. You can see that larger rotor. That's another thing is besides having more power under the hood, you're going to have a larger braking system to help slow you down. I also like the way they put the Golf R logo on the brake caliper. Very, very nice touch. And that's the thing is, like I said, if you look for the subtle differences, you could tell what this is. Another way to figure it out, if this thing pulls up next to you, there's the Golf R logo. So I'm telling you, if you see one of these, be careful before you challenge them to a little race because you might be surprised when this thing gets up and goes. I really like how on the Golf R they use the gloss black finish here on the mirrors. That's another Golf R specific. And then for the rest of it, all the way down is your traditional Golf styling. So you're not going to see anything new, anything outlandish. It has a very, very light, tasteful rear deck lid here, spoiler. And you can just see how it really is nice and clean and wraps around. And then here's the back. I really love the back of these Golf Rs because it's just so simple. Now, the biggest cue if you're behind one of these and it's a Golf R, check out those exhausts. You have the quad exhaust tips. A GTI isn't going to have that, and definitely a standard Golf is not going to have that as well. Another thing that I like about the Golf Rs that you can't, or just the Golfs in general that you can't see is when you put the car in reverse, this Volkswagen logo actually opens up and actually has the camera underneath there, which is a nice touch so that it's not just sticking out. And that's what gives it that nice, clean look to it. But I don't know about you. Let's go ahead and check out that 2 liter underneath the hood. All right, guys, here we are underneath the hood of this Volkswagen Golf R. There's the heart of this beast. It's a 2 liter turbocharged, direct injected, almost 300 horsepower. Now, you might say, well, hey, I know cars that have 400, 500 horsepower. Listen, this Golf R is very light. It's got that all-wheel drive that's going to give you the ultimate traction off the line, and it's got that wonderful usability and reliability that we know from Volkswagen. Check out the turbocharger back there. I really like the way that the turbocharger is really clear and easy to see. It's one of those things that when you pop the hood at a show or a gathering or whatever, like today's event here at Reeves, it just allows a little bit more. I really like the way the engine compartment's very clean. The lines are all routed very nicely, and that's something that you're going to see from Volkswagen. Another new thing for 2018 is, guess what? They've bumped up their bumper-to-bumper warranty. Most warranties here in the United States, bumper to bumper, 3 year, 36,000 mile. This thing's going up to 6 years, 60,000 miles. So not only can you drive this car, not only can you have that performance, but you're also going to get Volkswagen there to take care of you when something goes wrong. Now, if you like this, you're going to like the interior even more. And I think that's where Volkswagen really nails it right on the head with the whole interior, with how good it is. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, we're inside this 2018 Golf R, and this is one thing that, compared to like my Ford Focus RS or a Subaru WRX or a WRX STI, nobody in this segment is doing the interior better than Volkswagen. For 2018, we have some nice revisions in here. I really love this carbon fiber trim with the silver finish on it. It really gives a nice difference between the dash and the trim. I am in love with this center navigation area. It's got this beautiful screen that's all integrated in, very flat, very clean. You have your dual auto climate controls here. You see this little logo right here? I was telling you how I like logos. This is a logo that I like. 4Motion. That's telling you that this car is all-wheel drive. And probably my favorite thing about the interior of this car is a 6-speed manual transmission. One thing I want to have Tom show you is that if you look closely at the shift knob, you can see it's got this nice carbon fiber finish to it. On standard Golfs, they make it look like a golf ball, hence the name golf ball, get it? But because this is high performance, they got the carbon fiber. And the shifts are very nice, short, very crisp. I really, really like the clutch action. It's very light. And I just like how you have the black, you got the piano black here, flat black here, and then you have the nice anodized silver trim. One thing I'm not really the biggest fan on are these electronic parking brakes, but I think we have just more cars switching to them, and it does clean up this whole area where normally that parking brake handle would be. Now, the biggest change, if Tom could do the magic here, is on the dash. Check out this display here. Instead of having your traditional speedometer and tachometer, everything is now digital. And you can see that the doors are open. So it's showing the actual picture of a Golf, and it's showing that the doors are open. But when this car is being driven down the road, you can see the speedometer and the tachometer there. It's really cool. And there you can see how it all disappears. Look at that beautiful work there with the whole LED setup. Check that out. I'm really, really impressed with what Volkswagen has done with this digital dash. I really like the size of the gauges. I like the way that the tachometer looks, and I like the way that the speedometer is not too video gamey. Some of these cars, especially like on the Type R, that I found is it looks a little too video game. This still keeps the actual look of the analog gauges, but you have that new feature of the technology. I'm in love with the steering wheel. It's a good thickness. This is what I was talking about. This is probably, the thickness is right in between my Focus RS and my old Subaru WRX STI. It's a perfect size. It's got great grips here at the 10 and 2 position. I really like the flat bottom. There's our Golf R logo, and I like the piano black finish that they put on there. Very, very tastefully done. I like the cross stitch contrast stitching over here. When it comes to the interior, like I said, I really love what Volkswagen is doing, and I hope that they keep pushing it forward, because I think we're going to see a lot of great things to come. But one thing I probably want to show you that's probably one of the most important is the usability of this car. Let's go check out the back cargo area where you can see all the great uses you can get for this Golf R. Let's go check it out. Now, at the end of the day, I think what makes these cars so popular is not only just the high performance that you're getting and that wonderful interior, but you're also getting that usability cargo space. You could see just how much room there is. And what's amazing is that these seats all the way straight across fold down. So you're going to get tons of cargo room in the back of your Golf R, and you're going to have that all-wheel drive, and you're going to have almost 300 horsepower. With a manual transmission, you're looking about 0 to 60 in about 4.6, 4.7 seconds. Now remember, you can get this car in the dual clutch DSG setup, which is going to drop that time down because obviously a computer's doing the shifting for you. But for me, being a car enthusiast, being a car lover, it's not just about being the fastest, but it's also about having that experience where you're connected with the car. Now, if you're into these little hot hatches, leave a comment in that comment section. If you haven't visited my website, raitiesrise.com, check that out. You can leave messages directly through raitiesrise.com. Check out my Instagram at raitiesrise. It's all original content. I'm really, really liking what this new Golf is like, this Golf R, and I'm thinking that in the future, the soon future, we're going to be taking this one for a test drive. So stay tuned for that. Like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.